Hi, I'm Kartik,
Hi, and I'm Mahiya.
and you are listening to Beyond the Bubble podcast. Mahiya, have you ever felt when you are watching a film, you see a female character and you are just not able to relate to them? Like a feeling of alienation?
Oh my god, it's like these women are written by a person who is totally unaware of what women are actually like. They lack character and personality of their own, as if they're an accessory to the male figure.
I know, right? The female lead has taken on so many forms over the history of cinema. From sacrificing mother and whimpering maiden to a woman in charge of her own destiny.
I swear to god, this made me remember something. John Berger, in his 1972 essay on art criticism, Ways of Seeing, said, "Men act, women appear, men watch, women watch themselves being watched." His quote has been used to interpret the representation of women across media, but essentially it talks about the effect of the male gaze on the art form we're viewing, which in this case is cinema, because of the disparity in the number of men compared to women in the writing process. Female characters in both Hollywood and Bollywood have been presented through the lens of a male perspective.
No, because that's facts. Like, there are many movies, for instance, Princess Diaries, a movie about how an ordinary school-going girl, Mia, played by Anne Hathaway, realizes that she is a princess. I mean, the character had to completely transform her looks just to be seen and admired by others. This sends a wrong message, especially to young girls, about how they have to be beautiful and fit into the standards of beauty set by society and men in particular. Similarly, Disney movies with young folks as their target audience in the early times had only princesses in trouble, where only their true love, or in simpler terms, their prince could save them. It was only after so long that Disney, with movies like Brave and Frozen, realized that there is much more to a princess than being the damsel in distress.
And you know what? All the movies where female characters are shown as strong, career driven women, somehow the message translates into that woman can't have it all. You remember the movie English Winglish, right? The character of Sri Devi, Shashi, is known as a typical homemaker, working day and night. But when she finds an opportunity to learn English and have her own small business, her own family finds it hard to accept the fact that she can't do it. The film does a fantastic job of showing what a woman has to go through to gain the respect of people around her.
I think, Mahiya, the underlying problem is the stereotypes. Stereotypes of women having to be pretty all the time, perfect, weak, timid, and always looking for support in their male counterparts.
But in some ways, this is changing, right?
Of course, I mean, changes are coming to the film industry with more women directors, more relatable representations of characters are being made. You must have heard about Greta Gerwig, right?
Obviously, Kartik, I have. She's one of the most influential directors at present. Her movies hold meaning for women and men alike.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Especially her adaptation of Little Woman. I think that movie has captured the essence of being a woman so beautifully. It is a movie about four sisters who go through many ups and downs in life and endeavor to make important decisions that affect their future. The character that I held on to the most was of Meg March, played by Emma Watson.
We can leave. We can leave right now. I can make money. I'll sell stories. I'll do anything. I'll cook. I'll clean. I'll work in a factory. I can make a life for us. And you should be an actress and you should have a life on the stage. Let's just run away together.
I want to get married.
Why?
Because I love him.
You will be bored of him in 2 years, and we will be interesting forever.
Just because my dreams are different than yours doesn't mean they're unimportant.
Each and every character has their own personality, their own identity, and they are very determined in what they want from life.
And how can you forget about her recent blockbuster movie, Barbie? The amount of backlash it received, with many calling it too woke and anti-men, when it was the completely opposite of what people perceived it to be.
Exactly. People didn't quite understand its true theme, which was patriarchy exists and it hurts everyone, including men. The movie's message shows that rather than having one gender have superiority, society should be instead egalitarian, where everyone has something valuable to contribute. But Mahiya, what do you think about Indian cinema? Is it still behind in how they see women?
The change is coming to Bollywood too, but the progress is slower due to many factors like our customs and societal norms that have always put women on a lower pedestal as compared to men. But there are movies like Piku with Deepika Padukone and Queen starring Kangna Ranaut as Rani They have my heart due to their wonderful message exploring feminism, which are still relevant in today's time. Both are female led movies, with both of the characters going through changes and finally feeling independent and liberated in the Indian society. In an episode of Recasting by the Swaddle, they point out that Indian films have always portrayed young girls to be obedient daughters having little to no say in life decisions regarding their education, friendships, and even marriage partners, with them blindly following their parents' wishes. But in movies like Piku, the character breaks the conservative notions of chastity and obedience by having their own say related to their life. What do you think about Queen?
In the case of Queen, it was a movie about finding oneself. Rani went on to a honeymoon all on her own, staying at a co-ed hostel and exploring the streets of Paris all alone, which may not be a big thing for some, but still is considered a great deal when the woman belongs to a small town. The film explores womanhood to its core and how the relationship between two friends is not based on ruckus like sorority sisters, catty, or rising from the debris of gossip. Beyond the feminism, it is a story of human triumph that gives one hope and makes one want to fight for their happiness.
And diverging from the mainstream cinema, even the role of women has significantly changed in regional cinema. It has produced many films that understand women and the complexities of their life. These films explore subjects that mainstream filmmakers of Bollywood would not explore. Oyare, a 2019 Malayalam language drama directed by Manu Ashokan, took the nation by storm with its touching storyline of an acid attack female victim. While the movie deals with the issues faced by the victim, it also highlights the hypocrisy of patriarchy in general.
I think, in my opinion, all these decisions lead to one thing, that people need to realize being a woman, or matter of fact, any gender, is very complex. No one can perfectly portray a particular person because their characters are personal to them and them only. But we can only try to be open and willing to understand someone before presenting them in front of the masses on the big screen.
I totally agree with you, Kartik. Our differences make us an individual human. What we need is to do away with all the preassumptions and prejudice that we have formed in our minds for so long and be liberated. We need to see the world in a more open and abstract manner. Then only we will be able to understand its elements, including us humans.
Imagine a woman who authors her own life, a woman who exerts, initiates, and moves on her own behalf, who refuses to surrender except to her truest self and wisest voice.